Okay, there are problems and they're sequential. The first problem when you go into class, it's kind of hard. You have to have aspirin afterwards because you've been trying so hard. But then these problems, one's based on the next, and they continue to get a little bit harder. By the time you get to the fourth problem, you can do the first problem in tuck soup. And by the way, anybody can do this because it's just colored paper. This is the colored paper. The girls will show you. We get it from a company called Color Aid, and it's silkscreen. It's gorgeous paper, but I want you to see that it's opaque, it's flat, but I'm going to show you how it changes. The first problem is crazy math. Now in art, we can do crazy things. So the first problem is called 3 equals 4. We're going to use 3 sheets of this Color Aid and make you believe I've used 4. So we're going to show you some examples. And when I ask the students to do, or whoever's taking the course, they have to find some value ones that say more about light and dark, or more about hue change, or more about bright or dull. So we're going to just show you some examples. This one is a value change. She's going to come down with that. And then, okay, this is a hue change, because it doesn't look like the very same color on either side. What you're looking at is the strip, the figure, and what surrounds it is the ground. So it's a figure ground problem. And then we have intensity, bright and dull. Here's another intensity. The one that's on the green is brighter, and the one that's on the peach is duller. You don't have to remember this. Just don't get all bent out. Just look and see if you can see the changes.
We're not going to have a test.
No test in this. I will tell you, though, what I have to tell the students is, in this course, there are no absolute right answers, but there are wrong answers. So, this one's unbelievable. Look at how that changes. Wow. That's the same piece of paper. The figure is the same piece of paper. It's this color right down here. And what is happening is subtraction. The purple is subtracting everything out of this kind of brownish color. And on this side, the green is subtracting all of itself out of the brown color, leaving a sort of a pinkish color. So it's amazing. You don't have to use a lot of different colors if you know how to subtract. Now, for fun, I made some little samples for you, and you may take them home. The girls will pass them out. And when you get them, don't fold it over. First decide if there was a hue change, a value change, or an intensity change. Look at the little figure and see how it changes. And then afterwards, flip up that flap and you'll see what the color is. You want to see the figure, the squares on the ground. Right, they should be changing. And another secret is if you squint a little bit, you'll even see more. They've spent a whole week doing this, right, in a regular college course. I teach, I've been teaching the architectural students at the Florida Atlantic University because architecture, they need to know about color. They think they know everything about form. But boy, when they come into the color, oh, really? I didn't know that. I said, color, when you're a real little one, color comes before form. Children little ones see color before they see form. And that really blows the architect's mind. Okay, next problem. 3 equals 2. So that means we're using 3 sheets of Color Aid, but making you believe we've only used 2. Got it? Okay. My helpers.
Do we leave that folded?
No, take it down.
Open. Okay.
So, the strips are the thing you're looking at. And the strip on the right, on the ground, looks like the ground on the left. And the strip on the left looks like the ground on the right. You got it? It's like magic. So they have to know how to subtract. Here's another one. Now these you can't keep. These belong to from some of the students. I'll show you one that is unbelievable. These strips of paper, this is trying to look like that, and this is trying to look like that ground. Do you see that? There's a couple in between, but we can't be here all night. The next one is biology. So forget the math, we're going to biology now. And I'm going to be talking about parents and children. So if you have two dark parents, it's pretty hard to have a light child unless you're messing around. So they have to pay attention when they're doing this, because let me just show you this, and you girls take some out of that, please. This strip of paper is one parent, the light parent. This strip of paper is the dark parent. If you squint, you should be seeing, on this child, you should begin to see this color over on the dark parent's edge, and this color over on the light parent's edge. It kind of looks like I shaded the piece of paper in the middle. Now you saw what the girls showed you. They were flat pieces of paper, but this is all by subtraction. So we call this a parent, and this is a child. You got it? So they're going to show you others, because it's really neat. I'm going to show you really what's magic with middle children. And I'm going to take, this orange is one parent, this pink is another parent, and I'm going to pull the parent over a child, and you're going to see a glow that goes across. Leaving the pink on the orange, I'll be over the other side. You see that?
Yes.
Squint. It's almost like a colored light happening.
That's amazing.
Okay, when it's out, you still see it, but then when I go like this, and your eyes go back and it's a flat piece of paper. All right? I have examples for you. Everybody can take one home, and you have to pull slowly. Look at them, squint, and you should be able to pull across that child and see the separation of the color. Pull slowly. Can you see it happening? And when you, afterwards, then close your eyes and just look at the paper again, and it should go flat again. But it's like a colored light. And some of those things I use, by the way, because to get to my paintings, I'm using some of that thinking in my paintings.
So it's like a combination of the two parents.
That's it. It is a combination. It's the child. They come from the two parents, but you're pulling the colored light across. All right, you can take that home. Please take home one of the slip slides. We call it a slip slide, and one of the 3=4s. All right? And now, there's some things you can do that are more magical with color. As you remember, that paper that you just saw was opaque, right? Can't see through it. But yes, you can.
Oh my God.
This is simple transparency. It almost feels like I could take that purple and just pull it right off, like a right? Okay. But what it is the purple is a parent. The red is a parent. The middle is a child. Here.
It's an additional piece of paper.
Yep.
We now have 3 pieces on here.
Okay, I have one, the buildings. Right now I can tell you, this is here, it's hot, and this is at night with the buildings. But it looks like it's totally transparent.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But it's not. See, in art we fool you. Another thing we do with the colored paper, it's called step up towards light. And what you have here is these are the parents all down here. This is a child up here, but they're all equal. This is equal to this as this is equal to that all the way. It has to be so that the line goes across absolutely straight. So they have to really look hard to see that this works with this, works with this, works with that. So it stays on the same level. Do you understand? This is a value study.
I was going to say.
This is about value. We're not changing any hue, color, or intensity, other than some of these are more intense.
But they're all the same value.
Yeah. They're all the value equal to each other as what is to the parent down below. Okay, here's examples. I want when the students do it, when everybody do it, step up, step down. That's taking it and making it more clever than what you just saw.
Oh, boy.
Here. That's making it, what they're doing is whatever is the ground, then they step up towards light or down towards dark. So they're flipping it as it goes
So they're
along.
choosing another color.
No,
They're choosing
the same
another
color.
value.
Another value from the same
Another value. This is all about value. Got that? This is a value problem. But the next problem is a hue problem. These are the parents. This is the other parent. These are the children, but they're all equal.
Oh, my goodness.
But this is a hue problem. We're adding this kind of creamy color to all these ones up above. Those with the, did they have the one, who has the one with the stars?
No, your daughter.
Okay, but on this one, this is very valuable because this one just sings. That circle, if you look at it closely, just kind of on the outer edge, kind of hums along the circle. That is a really beautiful piece. That was done years ago. But if you really want to know how to make plaid,
Oh, my goodness. Beautiful. Oh, look at that.
this is how you make plaid, just adding the color.
my.
I don't mean to stay up front so long, so you can see. Richard Anaskevich. How many of you saw his show that was here? That's good, at least some did. Look him up on the internet. His work is dynamite, but you can't light, your eye cannot light on his canvas anywhere because it shimmers with how he does it. And here's one of the ways he does it. Vibration, and you have Richard's, I gave you these papers so you would know who I'm talking about. Richard, there's two of these prints that I have down below. That's Richard's work, and you saw John Day's work is up in the upper corner, and Albert's work. Albert did a whole series of Homage to a Square, and when he was doing them, his wife said, Annie said, "Oh my God, we're going to starve." It happened to be in almost every museum in the world.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can't tell. No, not Anaskevich, Albers. Yeah, Annie said that. All right, and here is glow. Now these are tiny because I don't have the bigger ones, but this is a glow, and you're going to see a blue light on that one, and you're going to see a red light in the middle on this one. And it shouldn't be there. It's all by subtraction. And at the end of the course, where'd we go? Oh, here they are. I ask the students at the end, their final project is to take 4 colors and make me believe there's 4 different worlds. That is 4 colors, but how they're laid up, they're optically mixed, and there's 4 different worlds.
So they're all the same colors, just mixed different.
They're all the same on each world is the same, has the same colors on it, but it's how they are interacting and subtracting each other. When I was teaching at the school in Atlantic, in the graduate program for the architects, we had 2 students that came from the Baja School, 2 German students. So I asked for 4, but they were very good students. They gave me 8. It's amazing. And they got an A. and they made all the rest of the class look terrible. You know how you have those students? Right. Anyway, it's a wonderful course. I've had the head of CBS take the course, and you know, in lighting, it's all additive. They just add light. Light is added, and paint is subtractive. He had a really hard time transforming back over to subtraction. I had the head of Revlon. This is when I was teaching up in New Jersey. He came and took the course. So anybody, I've had psychology students, English students, and I must tell you, they probably had it easier because we come we're already saying, this is art theory, this is theory in color, this is no theory, you have to let it all go. I had a hard time at first, letting go and just playing.